What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Ismaila Sarr because Liverpool are rekindling their interest in the Senegalese winger who plays for Watford. They got promoted back to the Premier League after just one season in the Championship, and Liverpool were very close to signing Ismaila Sarr last summer, but because Watford asked for £40 million, in the end Liverpool decided it's better value for money if we sign Diogo Jota, and the rest is history. Jota is a brilliant player, but Ismaila Sarr could also be a brilliant player molded in the Liverpool way, and he has of course very good, he's very good friends with Sadio Mane. He has a teammate in him because they play together in Senegal, in the Senegal international side. So let me know, what do you think about this? Do you think Ismaila Sarr is worth 30, 35 or 40 million? Do you want Liverpool to sign him? Would he be a very good signing for Liverpool? Would he be worth 40 million? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, as always, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like, subscribe so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news update. And Liverpool wanted to sign Ismaila Sarr last year. Instead, we went with Diogo Jota. I think that was a good decision. But if Watford could lower their asking price a little bit, if Watford could say that we will give you Ismaila Sarr for around 30 million, I think that would be good value for money. 40 million is a little bit too much for Ismaila Sarr, who, yes, he is 23 years old, he's very talented, he's fast, he's skillful, he has goals in him because he scored 13 goals in the Championship last season in 39 games. That's a pretty decent return, but I think for 40 million you want a player who guarantees goals. Somebody like Diogo Jota, we paid 40 million for him. Ismaila Sarr is still a good player, don't get me wrong, but is he worth 40 million in today's transfer market hit with the pandemic? That's a little bit debatable. And of course, Ismaila Sarr is the player who scored twice when the Liverpool's long unbeaten run was ended in February 2020. It seems like a long time ago, but I still remember that game vividly. But Liverpool already almost wrapped up the title by that point. But still, similarly to Sadio Mane, who scored twice when Liverpool lost to Southampton 3-2, Ismaila Sarr's performance that they definitely caught the eye of Jurgen Klopp and of the whole Liverpool coaching staff. They were very impressed with Ismaila Sarr that day. But Ismaila Sarr is still very young, 23 years old. That's why his performances have been pretty inconsistent, and I think that's why Liverpool opted in the end to not sign him, because 40 million 1 year ago seemed a little bit too much. Right now Ismaila Sarr has one more year of experience. He played 40 games for Watford in total last season, scoring 13 goals, which is a pretty decent return. And of course, Ismaila Sarr is very good friends with Sadio Mane. They could be seen in several videos before and after Watford played Liverpool back in the Premier League to have a very good relationship. And Sarr is a player that can offer backup for Sadio Mane and Mo Salah on the wings, but it would pose another problem that Ismaila Sarr could be another player who leaves for the Africa Cup of Nations in January 2022, so next year in January, and in the absence of Mane and Salah during the Africa Cup of Nations, Liverpool can benefit from having a winger who doesn't play in the tournament, but we could only have Bobby Firmino and Diogo Jota. But apart from that, Ismaila Sarr can fit in well at Liverpool, and he would be an explosive option to have on the bench. Can you imagine when Liverpool tire the defenders for 60-70 minutes, on comes Ismaila Sarr for the last 20 to 30 minutes, and he can bump forward and get past tired defenders and score or get assists, and he's a lightning quick player. And the Liverpool Echo newspaper is reporting that Liverpool are willing to pay a big transfer fee for Ismaila Sarr, up to 40 million. I don't think Ismaila Sarr is worth 40 million. I think we should negotiate the transfer fee down with Watford, and Watford in the end were right to stick to their asking price, because in the end they retained Ismaila Sarr's services last summer, and that resulted in them getting promoted instantly back into the Premier League. They finished second in the Championship behind Norwich City last season, and Ismaila Sarr's 13 goals was a major contribution for the Watford promotion cause. And Liverpool are definitely after a forward, an attacker. We want to strengthen that part of the team with Shaqiri and Origi potentially departing the club. Liverpool definitely need more options on the wing, and Ismaila Sarr could play either side of Bobby Firmino. He could play left wing, right wing, and also because Salah and Mane can both play striker, basically Ismaila Sarr could play with Salah and Mane in the same side. So that is very, very exciting. Can you imagine a front line of Salah on the wing, Mane up front, Ismaila Sarr on the left wing? That could be devastatingly fast, lightning quick counterattacks for Liverpool, and I'm really, really excited. Whoever Liverpool sign, I think will be a really, really exciting young player who has bags of potential. Ismaila Sarr has bags of potential, so if we pay 40 or 35 million for him, we are paying for his potential, not just for his current skill set. Let me know, where do you stand on this debate? Do you think Ismaila Sarr is worth 35-40 million? Do you think he's overpriced? Is he good enough for Liverpool right now? Can Jurgen Klopp mold him into a world-class player? What is always risky about this transfer is we don't know what kind of level Ismaila Sarr can reach. If he can reach the level of Sadio Mane, for example, and they are quite similar players, I think 40 million is a bargain for him, because Sadio Mane became a 100 million pound player easily. Ismaila Sarr could become as good as Sadio Mane under the right management, and I think Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool coaching staff is the right management to develop the talent of Ismaila Sarr. And if the Liverpool scouting team see enough talent in him, I fully trust them. Let's talk about Jordan Henderson potentially being offered a lifetime contract. The Daily Mirror is reporting that Liverpool want to offer Jordan Henderson a contract which basically sees him retire at Liverpool, and this comes as fantastic news because Jordan Henderson is one of the legends of Liverpool Football Club. He's 31 years old. He lifted the Premier League and the Champions League as captain, and also 2 other major trophies, and he already cemented his name in Liverpool's history books. Henderson's current deal expires in just 2 years, but Liverpool are looking to tie down the legendary player until the day he hangs up his boots. That's what the report says, and I really hope that Henderson can keep clear of injuries. Last season he only made 21 Premier League appearances for Liverpool, but I think this season will be a big season for Henderson. Hopefully he can keep fit and he can help Liverpool win a major trophy, either the Premier League or the Champions League. And it's a pretty heartbreaking story that Ben Davies looks set to leave Liverpool. It looks like Sheffield United want to take him, but only on loan, and it a little bit breaks my heart that Ben Davies, who was so happy that he signed for Liverpool in January, and he didn't make one single appearance. He didn't get to play 1 minute. Even Billy Koumetio got some minute during last season, and he's only a kid. But Ben Davies probably didn't impress Jurgen Klopp in training, and he was just an insurance policy for 2 million. It wasn't a risky transfer to make, and we could make a big profit on him if we sell him. But it looks like Sheffield United only want to take him out on loan, and I think Liverpool want a permanent transfer if we are to move Ben Davies on. And fantastic news, Fabrizio Romano is reporting that Liverpool are set to complete the agreement with Alisson to extend his contract until 2026. So a new 5-year contract is set to be signed by Alisson. The agreement is at the final stages. Final details and clauses expected to be finalized and fixed in the next few weeks. And then Alisson will sign his contract extension with Liverpool FC, and that is fantastic news. We signed Alisson 3 years ago on a 6-year deal, so he still has 3 years left on his contract, but probably Liverpool want him to be valued and rewarded for his contributions, and he's already a legendary goalkeeper at Liverpool, and he also won the Copa America with Brazil, not this summer because they lost the final, but in the previous years, and also he won 4 major trophies for Liverpool, and hopefully he can play for the next 10 years because he's only 28 years old now. So in the goalkeeper years, that's pretty young, and he can easily play for another 10 years at Liverpool, and I would love to have another goalkeeper legend like Ray Clemens was, or Pepe Reina was, even though Pepe Reina only played for 6 years at Liverpool. Hopefully Alisson can do more years at Liverpool. And also I really hope that we will tie down Mo Salah to a new contract. He is the one player that I want more than anyone else to sign a new contract. Of course Virgil van Dijk and Alisson as well, but I think there is no doubt Van Dijk and Alisson will stay at Liverpool. However, there is a little bit of doubt whether Salah will stay at Liverpool in the next 2 or 3 years or not. And former Liverpool player Stuart Downing, who just recently hung up his boots, said that when he first saw Harvey Elliott, he couldn't believe his eyes. He said, "When I first saw Harvey Elliott, it was when we played Liverpool in a behind closed doors fan friendly at Anfield before the season restarted last June. I couldn't believe what I was watching. He was still only 17 years old, but so mature for his age. I remember Raheem Sterling at 17. He had so much talent, but he didn't have Harvey's outstanding understanding of the game. His vision and his decision making is better at 17 than what Raheem Sterling's was. He really stood out for us last season. You could see it every day with how he trained. He was probably our best player along with Adam Armstrong. Harvey always seemed to know where to be, where to go. And he's talking about Blackburn, of course. Harvey Elliott was on loan there last season. He has certainly got the ability, the confidence and the strength to handle himself at the top level. I would certainly use him. He's a great option to have. And Harvey Elliott was one of the best players in the whole championship, and at just 17 years old, that is absolutely remarkable. In a league of hard men, to be one of the outstanding players is really, really outstanding. And I'm really looking forward to Harvey Elliott this season. He's absolutely buzzing. I recently watched an interview with him, and he's very confident that he can play in the Liverpool first team and he can contribute to Liverpool's season. And Liverpool's assistant coach Pep Yilmaz has said this about Liverpool's pre-season: "We had a big focus on our set pieces. In these training camps, it's not only about going back to basics, but also about putting in new ideas and make steps to evolve and become better. I also have to highlight that Ox has scored some absolute worldies in training in these last few days. You absolutely love to see it." The other evening, when the staff came together after the day's training, the coaching staff, the physios, the press team, we had the idea to play a game. We never normally do that, but because we are always usually watching football games, but we had this idea to play Uno because one of the kitchen staff had brought it with her. We played it with a lot of people, and one thing is for sure, you immediately learn the characters of each single person. It's probably with footballers, it's never good to play any game because they are winners, they absolutely hate losing, and they are probably very competitive, even if it comes just to a card game. And Pep Yilmaz said about Virgil van Dijk, "One of the highlights of the pre-season training camp so far has been hearing Virgil van Dijk's voice, organizing and leading that last line. I think Liverpool missed that very much last season when Van Dijk got injured in October." And James Milner gave a brilliant Q&A interview on Liverpool's official website. You can read it in full there, but he said that heading into the 20th season at the highest level, by the way, that is nothing short of remarkable, incredible. Can you imagine completing 20 seasons at professional level? And James Milner doesn't look like a player who wants to retire. And he said, "I think these are probably things that you think about when you finished playing and retired. I think at this moment in time, I just want to get through it and keep pushing really. But I've worked hard to try to stay fit. And in the off season, it's about getting the balance right, of getting the right amount of rest. But I think at my age, if you stop too long, you probably won't get going again." I just love that. So it's important to keep going, keep pushing, enjoying it. That's the thing. You want to still be able to push yourself and have the mindset that you want to do it and you are enjoying it and you feel part of something, and that's how I feel. And it's amazing to see Joe Gomez, Joan Matip, Virgil van Dijk being involved again in team sessions. It's great to be back among the boys, but great to have the guys who we missed so much last year back as well. They are obviously big parts of the squad on the field, but also off the field as well. Big characters, great people to have in the squad. And just as people and knowing what great guys they are, it's great to have them back playing and being happy. Obviously, every footballer just wants to play football, so we are lucky or unlucky enough, shall we say, to watch them go through that from behind the scenes, see the hours they have put in, the hard work, the weight sessions, the long days. You know, everybody has up days and down days, but you feel proud to see them come back on the field and just happy for them, because you know how tough it's been and how much hard work they have done. They look in great nick, all of them, and ready to go. And James Milner was also asked about Konate, and he said he looks very good. He certainly looks like a central defender. He's obviously very strong. He's good on the ball, very good defender positionally. I've not seen much of him in training, but a couple of things he has done have stood out. It's a strange situation. You obviously go from last season not having too many center halves, and now we've got top center halves all over the place. It's fantastic. We of course have Gomez, Van Dijk, Matip, Konate, but then Nat Phillips is obviously here. Ben Davies, Reece Williams, obviously, all the guys in there. It's a great standard of center half that we have got at Liverpool, with everyone pushing each other, and that's exactly what you need, and that is fantastic. Really excited for the new season and also the preseason games. The first preseason game is like 3 days away from now, so really excited about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.